Hello everybody, it's me Nate aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. Before I get started, I have to appease the YouTube algorithm gods by saying please give me a thumbs up for this video, subscribe to my channel, like it, share it with your friends and family, subscribe, and of course leave me lots of comments and I will answer each and every single one of them. This is my review for Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. It was developed and published by Ubisoft Montpellier, and was released on the 18th of January 2024 on every single system. This is naturally on the PlayStation 5, and when you first boot it up, you are allowed all kinds of different options with setting it, once again, in either graphics mode or fidelity mode. So you can have it look better, or you can have a higher resolution, or you can have a higher frame rate. I always go for higher frame rates, especially in a game like this, which visually it's beautiful, but it's not something that's really going to push the current gen systems through their paces too much. Even last gen systems seem to handle it pretty well. I do believe the Nintendo Switch version does have some issues with it being, I think, once again, when it's docked, it plays a little bit better instead of portable mode, but it's Nintendo Switch. That seems to be every single game out there. Now, what exactly is this? Well, you can tell this is not exactly the sequel that everyone was expecting, because they had a game in development for a long time, and it's still supposedly in development. But out of the blue comes this EA Originals, this Ubisoft Originals, my bad. And it's a 2.5D side-scroller where you play as a character known as Sargon that can do all kinds of neat Prince of Persia style moves like the classic side-scroll version. You can do a jump dash, you can do your normal jumps, you can do your slides. Naturally, you get your blades action going on to slash and kill enemies. And when you parry the enemies, you'll charge up something known as your glow meter. No, not the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, though that'd be kind of neat and kind of gross in one, same way. Your glow meter allows you to hit your button and do a super move and wipe out a bunch of enemies, or really kick the butt of a boss, really. And this also has some time-based powers that are very similar to the Sands of Time, and with a nice little tie-in to the Sands of Time, with a really cool M. Night Shyamalan twist to it, which I'm not going to spoil, because this is a really, really good game, and I highly recommend that you actually play it. Seriously, the time-based powers, like I said, it's set as a MetroidVania style gameplay, where the world is this big giant map with interconnected areas that you can unlock shortcuts. There's all kinds of puzzles that need to be solved, and if you don't have a certain ability, you can go back and do the puzzle. They got this really cool thing that I call the pin ability, where if you're at a puzzle and you don't know what to do and you have to come back, you can take a screenshot and pin it on your map. So when you come back there, you can actually see from your screenshot you took, oh, that's right, there's a treasure chest here I need to unlock, and stuff like that, which is a really cool ability. I absolutely love that. Now, as you go through the game, killing enemies and bosses, unlocking new areas, connecting the world together, you collect time crystals, and these are basically used as your upgrade points towards your weapons to upgrade your weapons, which is kind of cool. And as for your special powers, your time powers, they do it in a certain way. You don't have any sort of sands of time in this, but what you do have is certain items that you collect that give you special abilities. Like a good example is you have something known as the Shield of Mithra amulet, and when you get that, it allows you to slow down time. So they have these nice little items you can find that give you these special powers, like to slow down time, do a super jump, and I'm not going to say the other ones. There's some really, really cool stuff in this. Now, the art style, it's good, it's vibrant, it's colorful, but I'm not really a fan of the cartoony style graphics in this game. Once again, it's just a personal thing with me. I kind of got used and enjoyed the new high-def graphics of like Sands of Time and the other new games. Hopefully the new one that's coming out will actually be a super high-res resolution characters. I mean, this is no slouch. It's bright, it's colorful, the animation is fantastic. The gameplay is fast, it's fluid. I love the boss battles. I especially love the ability to go in and alter all kinds of different things. So if you want to make the game super hard, you can. If you want to make it super easy and just to have fun with it, you can as well. There's lots of gameplay options in this title, which I absolutely love with these game companies nowadays when they do that. Yes, I know if it's a Demon Souls or Dark Souls, you don't want that. But, something like this, I understand and I don't have a problem with it. Honestly, this game is rather long, too. The game world has different biomes that you go through. You got your castles, you got your war zone, you got your crypts, you got all this really cool different areas you go through. And it will take you anywhere from 10 to 15 hours to get through this main story scenario. Naturally, if you're one of these people that want 100% complete this, you're looking probably about maybe 30 plus hours in order to 100% this game. I myself did not 100% it. Most of the time when I play these games, I don't even get trophies until I go back to them and play them after they're released. But honestly, the story this centered around your main character, Sargon, and the other six, soldiers of Persia, going to try to stop an evil bad guy and save the world, and it's a big huge drought going on and all this other stuff. It's intriguing, it's interesting, and like I said, they got some really interesting stuff that happens in this that really throws a curveball, and I can actually highly recommend this game because, first of all, when a Metroidvania is done well and right, it is a blast to play. And this is the best way to put it, is this is a Prince of Persia Metroidvania style game that plays very similar and harkens back to the original Prince of Persia style 2D side-scrolling games. It does have parts where it zooms into like a 3D perspective with enemies. It's got some really cool stuff with the time manipulation. The level designs are very, very beautiful looking. Like I said, the only nitpick I have with this, and it's only, I know I always have to find something wrong with everything. I'm doing a game review. I got to point out what I feel. Is first of all, I think they should have done a little bit better job in your upgrading of your weapons. It's still done very well. But, with all these different games with skill trees and everything else, it's kind of simplistic and bare bones in this, which isn't a bad thing. It isn't bad at all. And honestly, like the art style. The art style is the one thing that I don't particularly care for. It still looks beautiful. It still doesn't hinder the game in any way whatsoever. But that's just, once again, my personal opinion of something I didn't really care for. And I guess the other thing would have to be is the way the story is told. I miss the days of actually having animated cutscenes. And there are some in this, but it's done in this way where it's almost like a picture book scenario where you'll have an enemy art on the screen, and it's slightly animated but not fully animated. And I kind of miss the times when it was a full-fledged animation. And it seems like a lot of games do this because I know it's cost-effective and everything. When you see like the guys here when they're talking back and forth, they have like a little avatar picture come out as they're representing them talking. I also have to point out, I think the lip syncing isn't that well done. I mean, there's several parts when you see them moving their mouths and talking, and it doesn't really match that well. But once again, those are the only issues I have with this game, and they did not make the game bad at all. The platforming in it is great. The puzzles are great in this. The control and the main character, the movesets, the enemies, and the boss battles, some of them are pretty epic. Hands down, this is a fantastic game. And it is only $49.99 on all gaming systems. Once again, this is something I wish had been a little cheaper on the last gen systems and maybe Nintendo Switch. But if you have a current gen system like a PS5 or Xbox Series S and X or whatever, it's worth it. It's only $50. You're getting about 10 to 15 hours worth of gameplay minimum. Hands down, I actually can recommend this. This is a fantastic game. Please leave in the comments below if you played Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. What are your personal thoughts on this? Do you agree or disagree with me on my review? Please leave lots of comments below and I will answer every single one of them. Please give me, once again, a thumbs up on this video if you like it. Subscribe to my channel. And of course, here at Devil Dog Gaming, we always end our videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.